Hey, welcome back, English practicer. Are you ready to practice some English? We're going to do a high-level listening, shadowing exercise. Now, if you're intermediate level or lower, you can just listen carefully and learn from the text. If you're able to follow along and say it with me, go ahead and do that. All right, let's jump into the text. Here we go. Face your reality and choose responsibility every single day. Look at your life honestly, without anger or excuses, because that is where change begins. Productivity does not start with planners, systems, or early mornings. It starts with a quiet moment of truth, where you admit where you are right now. Many people stay busy, but never move forward because they refuse to face their current situation. They stay distracted because reality feels uncomfortable. But discomfort is not the enemy. Avoidance is. Every day you wake up with two choices: accept responsibility or give it away. The moment you give it away, you also give away your power. Responsibility is not a burden. It is freedom. When you accept that your results come from your choices, you take back control of your future. Blaming your past, your parents, your job, the economy, or bad luck hands control to forces that do not care about your growth. Facing reality means examining your habits, income, health, relationships, and mindset. Then saying, "This is the result of what I've been practicing." This is not shameful. It is honest. Honesty clears the path forward. A productive life begins when you stop wishing for different outcomes and start owning the ones you currently face. Many people want to change without responsibility. They want better results, but refuse to change their behavior. They want confidence without discipline, success without effort. Life does not work that way. Results follow actions. Feelings follow behavior. Progress follows responsibility. When you wake up feeling behind, it is not because the day is unfair. It is because yesterday was unmanaged. And yesterday was unmanaged because responsibility was postponed. Responsibility postponed always returns as stress. Productivity is simply practicing responsibility in small daily ways. Listen to how people talk. Some say, "I'll try," "I hope," or "maybe next week." Responsibility sounds different. Responsibility says, "This is on me." It says, "I will do the work," even when motivation is low. Because motivation will be low at some point. Waiting to feel ready is one of the most common ways people avoid responsibility. A productive person does not wait for clarity to act. Action creates clarity. A productive person does not wait for confidence. Action builds confidence. Facing reality means accepting that no one is coming to rescue you. That sounds harsh, but it is deeply freeing. When you accept that you are responsible, you stop waiting and start building. Responsibility also means accepting that progress is rarely dramatic. Most of life improves quietly by showing up when no one is watching, choosing the right action when the easy one is available, and doing what needs to be done even when you are tired or unsure. Avoidance feels good for a moment, but it costs you later. Responsibility feels heavy at first, but it pays you back with self-respect. And self-respect is the foundation of productivity. When you respect yourself, you keep your word. When you keep your word, you build trust with yourself. When you trust yourself, you move faster and with more focus. Facing reality also means accepting your limits without turning them into excuses. You may not know everything. You may not have every skill. You may not be where you want to be yet. That is fine. Responsibility does not require perfection. It requires commitment, effort, and honesty. Productivity is not about doing more. It is about doing what matters and taking responsibility for it. Many people fill their days with activity to avoid the one task that could actually change their lives. Responsibility means identifying that task and doing it first, even if it feels uncomfortable, boring, or hard. Every day asks a question. Will you own this day, or will you let it drift? Drift is not neutral. Drift always moves you backward. It slowly steals time, energy, and confidence. Responsibility pulls you back into the driver's seat. And once you are there, you realize something important. You are capable of more than you thought. But only when you demand more from yourself. A productive life is not built through pressure from others. It is built through standards you hold for yourself. Standards rise when responsibility becomes personal. Not because someone is watching or judging, but because you know your potential and refuse to waste it. When you face reality, you stop arguing with life. You stop saying it should be easier or different. You start asking, what can I do today to move forward? What can I do today to move forward? That question alone changes everything. It shifts your mind from complaint to solution, from delay to action. Responsibility also means understanding that discipline is a form of care, not punishment. When you plan your day, you are caring for your future self. When you manage your time, you protect your energy. When you say no to distractions, you say yes to progress. All of this begins with the choice to take responsibility seriously. Some days you will fail. Responsibility does not mean you never make mistakes. It means you do not lie to yourself about them. You learn, you adjust, and you move on. Avoidance repeats mistakes. Responsibility turns mistakes into lessons. A productive life requires courage, the courage to admit where you are, to admit what is not working, and to change patterns that feel familiar but keep you stuck. Courage grows through action, not thought. If you want more control over your time, start by taking control of your choices. If you want more focus, start by removing excuses. If you want more progress, start by facing reality without anger and without fear. The day you stop blaming is the day you start building. The day you stop waiting is the day momentum begins. Productivity is not a personality trait. It is a decision practiced daily, and that decision begins with responsibility. You do not need a perfect plan. You need an honest one. You do not need permission. You need commitment. You do not need to feel inspired. You need to act responsibly, even when you do not feel like it. Life responds to responsibility. Opportunities appear when you show you can handle what you already have. Growth follows those who prove they are reliable. And reliability begins with facing reality every single day and choosing responsibility over comfort. If today feels heavy, that is not a sign to quit. It is a sign that responsibility is calling. Answer it quietly and consistently. That is how productive lives are built. Boom. Good workout. Woo! That was a long text. If you stayed with me throughout the whole thing, I admire you for your persistence and effort. Keep moving forward, keep practicing, keep taking one step at a time, and I'll see you in the next practice video.